And I'll watch the podcast to see when this is going to go live. Yeah. This live event will begin in a few minutes. Yeah. I have a feeling the ticket sales for BlizzCon this year are going to be a disaster.
Oh, they always are. They always
Yeah,
are.
well, I mean, I know, but they went with a new hosting company, and there's no waiting room or queue or anything like that. So, all right, I think I see us on the live page. Let me see. See something? Oh, I see a Ludra. There we go.
Robot.
There we are. Am I roboting now?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I know what causes that. There we go. All right. Are we good?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how long this lasts. Okay. I have sound. Let's see. Theme is first, right? The show theme, yes. Right. Well, then, heck, let's kick this off. All right. Going live in 5, 4, 3. On this episode of the AIE Podcast,
We're getting together in real life, just not me and Tetsumi.
well, that depends because BlizzCon 2016 is a go.
Yeah, it is a go, and I'm gonna go. But there
you
are
go.
also
We might
rumors
go.
of a Sith.
Ooh. And the space MMOs get new content. Wish WoW did.
And that it wasn't green. And that we can fish while AFK and other MMO tricks that might make us log in.
All that and more coming up right now.
Ow!
Bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast.
All right. And welcome to episode 252 of the podcast celebrating the Alia Ayaka Est gaming community. The Die Has Been podcast. This is Tetsumi, and to my left is Aludra.
Hey, AIE, I think you're awesome.
McCullough is off working at a friend's theater this evening. I hope the patrons are in a good mood tonight. This week, we're going to cover the AIE community and news. So it will be Aludra and I talking about the news. No guest this week. Hopefully in 2 weeks, we will have a guest and we can dig into one specific game. Right.
Yes.
So, Aludra, what have you been up to in, out, and around games?
Oh, man. Well, I've been away on a secret assignment, so I'm going to have to pare down this list, like, considerably. There's this little game called Stardew Valley that hit over a month ago. I don't know if any of you have heard of it, but probably. And, wow, I beat that game into submission. I've got a couple more.
Can you win it?
I can win
you
it by
actually
getting
beat
all
it?
the achievements. So, yeah.
There you go.
So I've only got like 4 I need to get, which is fun. I even got the dreaded Joja Mart achievement, started a game just to go get it, and then deleted the file because, you know, who wants to play for Joja Mart, really? It's like playing for Walmart.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly. I did it for the achievement, though. I've been doing a lot in WoW, actually. I have an Alliance character up to cap, and I'm trying to get her geared. Yeah, just for the fun of it. It's super great.
Are you over on CTR?
Yeah, I am. And I'm over there in Airy Peak with everybody else. And it's really good fun. And the Alliance Garrison is just so much nicer than the Horde. I don't know why the Horde just seems to fetishize all these spikes and everything everywhere. But, I mean, the Alliance, when it doesn't even have as many openings. It's just more defensible.
No. Yeah.
Oh, let's make it of stone.
I know, and it's smooth, so you've got nice paths between stuff.
Mhm.
The only thing that drives me a little crazy is having, like with the Horde, you basically, if you fly towards the shipyard, you hit the shipyard. Whereas with the Alliance, if you fly towards the shipyard, you gotta like dodge around stuff and then go down into your shipyard. I like the layout of the Horde shipyard better than the Alliance one, but everything else, I like the Alliance better.
Yeah, it's poor defensive planning on the Horde side. It really is. These spikes are purely for decoration. I really wish they'd realize that because, I mean, it's really doing none of us any good.
Or just put some explosives behind them so you could shoot them off at things like a missile. Then that would work.
Yeah, something nice. In Raid, which I'm sure you're going to hit on, Aludra got her 4-piece set, so I now find that Frostbolt itself
goes off all the time.
That's Ice Lance, but Frostbolt itself takes forever to cast now because I'm spoiled, and
Yes.
Yeah, I know. And everybody's like, oh, respec into the thing. I'm not respecing into the thing to get an instant Frostbolt once every 5 minutes. That's just lame.
No.
That makes it even worse, and it makes my spec worse. And my spec can't get worse, guys, okay? Not without actually sabotaging myself, I swear. Other than that, not much. I've been just dinking around on the net. I've decided to play some Borderlands 2 again, which is all good fun. Blow stuff up. I'm not very good at Overwatch, but that's a given. I'm barely good at Borderlands.
Did you get into the beta weekend, or are you in the alpha, the actual?
I'm in the beta. I've been in for a bit, so yeah, that's pretty cool. I just wish all my friends were there because this weekend was super great, running around with everybody and shooting things, and that's the live's gonna be like.
And the big thing, at least for this weekend, is when they say beta weekend, the weekend's usually Saturday and Sunday. It's not Sunday, Saturday, and not Sunday.
And then we had to wait till everybody had to wait till like what 10 Pacific to even get in. So that it's like beta lunchtime. Honestly, open lunch is really when it was because cutting everybody off on Sunday. Blizzard, come on, we know you're mad about the feedback you got on your alpha server raid test, but to cut everybody off so much is just mean. That was cruelness.
Well, I know people that had stuff planned for Saturday, so they were saving it up for their time for Sunday, and they went to log in and are like, what, the weekend's over?
Really?
No, this is still Sunday. This is still a weekend.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's really crazy. So Blizz, I mean, I think it might be a bit blowback because of their raid on the alpha server, how that went and how the feedback went. That was unpleasant. And I didn't
read about that.
Okay, so really quick, Blizzard had a raid test, but the alpha servers were unstable because guess what? Alpha and people, instead of giving constructive feedback on the parts they could do, instead went to the forums and started making ASCII photos of really inappropriate things and posting memes and trashing Blizzard and stuff. So Blizzard went through and revoked all alpha and beta access to a lot of these people, and some even got their live accounts banned over.
Good.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Really, clean it all up. Do what you got to do. I mean, if people are going to act this way over an alpha, but they got not only kicked out of Legion, but Overwatch.
Right.
If they were in there, and then some got their lives taken away, and it was like, wow, Blizzard, good for you guys.
Well,
good for you.
Yeah, I mean, there's a point where there's a sense of entitlement, like, oh, I'm in this game, so therefore I can do whatever I want, and there's no accountability. And I think Blizzard finally realized, oh no, there's going to be accountability. And I think a lot of people went, wait, you mean I can't just say whatever I want and get away with it?
Yeah, it was. That thread is pretty much everything that makes you cringe on the internet.
Yeah.
So I don't need to see dirty pictures of Mario.
Did you? Are you still playing Final Fantasy 14?
I am not in Final Fantasy 14 right now, unfortunately. I love the game. I'd love to be in it. I just can't afford it, honestly.
Yep.
What about you?
It's like you get one subscription a month. Well, that's the problem, because now you've got WoW, you've got Final Fantasy 14, and you've got Star Wars. Realistically, if you want to talk the 3 subscription MMOs, and that's tough. I mean, yeah, you can play Star Wars free to play, but you end up spending more if you don't have a subscription, honestly.
You really do, though. I do poke my head in and poke around in that game a lot. I really do. Probably a lot more than anybody realizes. At the same time, they put so much quality of life behind pay barriers that it turns me off for months at a time. But I did try Black Desert Online.
Ooh, I was going to ask you about that.
Gosh, yes. The character creation in Black Desert Online had me giggling for like a night. Because the first thing you see is like the warrior man, and I call him oil face, because this guy is literally glistening head to toe. And yeah, you can change that. I mean, they're very customizable and everything. But he is literally glistening from head to toe, and it's like, you see, I don't need dodge for my tanking skills, for I have this vial of baby oil in my pocket, and he just slips through all of us.
Yeah. You're not wrong, because Blade and Soul, Black Desert Online, even what was it? Not Aeon. What was there was another Korean MMO that we were playing for a while.
Yeah.
They all have that very shiny, glistening,
shimmery
thing to it. Yeah. It's like these people have never run into a dust cloud in their life.
More or less, there's no dust in the world, and if so, they'd all be cakey gross.
Or if there is, it's glitter. There's glitter in the air.
Oh no, I went swimming once because everybody was fishing, and you can fish while I play in that game, which is brilliant. But everybody is in the same place, and if everybody's fishing, well, then nobody's gonna catch anything. So I went into the ocean because there was a rock in the ocean. So I swam to the rock, and I came out. I was just coated in baby oil. I'm like, Black Desert Online, where there's no desert, but there's baby oil everywhere. It was so great. And then they had the other guy I called not an orc, because he was clearly not an orc. Wink. Right. And then the last guy was not Gandalf. In the little thumbnail, it was exactly Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. And then you pop it in, and the back-flipping guy, he looks different, but you can clearly tell he's based. But I'm like, is that a Lord of the Rings frame that they just used there? Because that is uncanny, how the thumbnail looked so much like him.
Like him, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Ralph wants to know, did you see the Black Spirit?
Yes, I saw it. I gave it teeth. It goes at me.
Nice.
It was the funnest week. I got a donkey. I bought a house. I ran around with a backpack.
Because BDO is just a buy one time like Guild Wars 2, right?
Yeah, yes, it is. But I got a free week from Kefis, who unfortunately got really sick that week. And
I know, he's having so much fun with that game.
Yeah, he's having a blast with that game. I kind of feel bad. I'd love to play it more, honestly. But then my week ended and Stardew Valley came out. And I was like, oh, okay, well, then I'll do this. But no, I gave the Black Spirit dentures, and he goes at me so much. Like, every time I summoned him, he'd click his teeth at me. He's like, look. And I'm like, they look ridiculous. And I'm going to admit, the story, I'm not the strongest at Black Desert, because I was watching the opening. And we're really branching out, but this is going to make the show.
That's fine. This is the show.
So I'm watching the opening movie, and there's a black thing in a box. I'm like, so the black thing's in a box. Got it. And then the black thing attacks the box and frees the black thing inside the box, and then kills everybody who was remotely around the box, like the entire town. And I was like, okay. And so then I'm going through, and the spirit's like talking to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, clearly me and the Dust Mite, we're buddies, right? And then so the more you quest, the more you're going, am I the bad guy? because I really think I'm the bad guy here, because this might be the black thing that killed everybody at the beginning. And so I'm like, okay, so this is maybe I'll just ignore it. You can't ignore it, because then you won't progress in the story or get to go anywhere or do anything cool. And I'm like, okay, I can be the villain.
Right.
Like, whatever, I can be the villain. So yeah, I was running around with the dude. Gave him some teeth. You're a robot.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was so great. I got this little gray donkey, and I was like, come on, donkey, let's go. And these people on these horses that they have bred from like ancient lines or whatever it is they're doing to get these, they're just running through me, like literally through me. And I'm like, well, donkey, at least we have each other.
That's right, yeah.
Donkey is ignoring you now.
Yeah, exactly. Donkey's like, nope, not talking to you.
Yeah, Donkey's like, whatever. I'm like, no, seriously, Donkey, I think I can get off you and run faster than this, but I think I need riding skill for something, so we're just gonna do this thing. And meanwhile, I'm getting mowed down by these people with like 6-horse teams and covered wagons that are big as cities because they're traders. And
right.
Not traitors, but traders running things from one market to another. And I'm like, I've invested in a grape grove.
Like, I'll be able to make wine eventually.
Eventually. Me and the grape farmers over in the beginning area, we're tight.
There you go.
Yeah, so that was an adventure. I really enjoyed the game. That was nice. I made a Beastmaster. So that was really cool because, eventually I'll get a pet, right? I mean, that's a theory.
Sure.
She jumps around, though, like she is made of a super bouncy ball. It is so funny. She has these...
So it's you on caramels?
More or less. She's all jumping around.
Okay.
But I had to age her up because I felt kind of creepy because they look kind of young. And then you see her like dipped in baby oil and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not down with this. So luckily, like I said, the character creation is outstanding. You can make them look like anybody in the world if you have the patience and time to sit there. There are even websites where you can go to and download other people's specs that they have made.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very
So
cool.
if somebody made it look like some celebrity, or you think, wow, that not an orc looks really not an orcish, you can download the file and then play it yourself. And yeah, so that's really, really cool. I just made mine look, older, like she should be running around the world.
Right. Not the 12-year-old got out again.
Yeah, pretty much. I was kind of feeling creepy, and then I had to change her voice a lot because it sounded really high-pitched and obnoxious, but you get to do that too. So yeah.
Oh, so baby metal. Got it.
Yeah. So if you can get a free guest pass, apparently they gave a bunch to people. I suggest checking it out. I didn't try for AIE because I knew I wouldn't be sticking around, and I didn't feel like taking up a slot in the guild, just to be that guy. So, yeah, but yeah, I highly suggest it, and I hear AIE is really great in there.
Yep. Very cool.
What about you, Tetsemi?
Oh, what have I been doing? Actually, I wanted to ask you one more thing. Since you're in the alpha, correct, for Legion?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
You saw the new world events thing
Yes,
that came out this
I did.
week. And one of those is pets, I believe?
Yep, I know. So excited. You have no idea. I've been like poking at my account, making sure it's all good and ready and everything to do this. Because I've mostly been making okay, so until I can really transfer all my 700 pets on over to the alpha, I'm not even leveling 5 pets again, okay? They need to give everybody a starter pack in alphas. Blizzard, please, starter pack.
Yeah, if you're going to test a system, give us stuff at max level.
Yeah, please. Really, please. And I don't even care if they're a random 5. I get all snails or something. That's fine. I can make that work.
Yeah.
So I've mostly been looking at the storylines for all the specs and stuff and everything, and killing bunnies accidentally when they have a 15-minute summon timer and irritating Ben. Yeah, that was really a mistake. Or jumping out of balconies at the mage at the mage home because they put a big window there. Come on.
Well, yeah. What else are you gonna do? I mean, you have slow fall. Yeah, of course you have slow fall.
No, there was
no
water.
problem, right?
No, I was just gonna
that's even
see.
better.
Yeah, so
Back
I looked
to the baby oil again.
Not in a while. So I had a Draenei named Cashew swimming around under the mage tower. That is really its own little zone right there. I'm going to tell you. I've posted pictures all over Twitter about it before. I'm sure you don't need to go into detail again. But there's an island shaped like a cookie. There's some evil stuff and a boat.
Very cool.
So, yeah, that's what I do in the alpha. I'm probably the worst alpha player. I'm like,
I think at this point they're just
window.
glad to have people in and, putting server load on and testing stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but the pet thing I am so excited for. They were going to have Battle Pet Island, and then they took it away. And I was like, but Battle Pet Island? That sounded amazing.
I don't bring it back.
Why would you take that? And they did. They took it from me. So I'm kind of like, oh. But it might come back, so I'm hopeful. And yeah, all that. Oh, and in social news, I almost forgot. I've been married for 15 years.
Congratulations.
I know. That is no small feat. So I'm pretty thrilled.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, especially in this day and age.
Mm-hmm.
There's a rat hole we don't need to go down, but
we do
yeah.
not. We will talk more about baby oil oceans just for you guys.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this life achievement.
Cool. Yeah. Congrats. Very cool. So what have I been doing? We've been raiding. We finally got down. What I found interesting was we started banging our head against Manaroth, and we're like, this is hard. This is tough. Why is the second to last boss hard? And then we all of a sudden figured it out.
It all clicked eventually, yeah.
Yeah. It all clicked and went, oh, if you avoid everything, then no one takes damage, and the healers really can just focus on keeping the idiot tank. Oh, that's me. Keeping us alive, and
when they're not being feared through a crack in the wall that is like this big.
Yeah, love those graphic glitches. But we've actually figured out that Manaroth is actually easier than Zul'Harrak, and so we've got that. And then we took a couple stabs at Archimonde last night, or not last night, but on Thursday. And I watched the 2-minute strategy video for that is 4 minutes long. That should tell you something.
I know. It was like, do you need to change your name?
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be working on that for at least an hour tonight, if not more. So we'll see how that goes. But
it'll go well.
Yeah, that was a lot of that. No, that was a lot of. Oh my God, there's fire everywhere. Stay out of the fire. Well, yeah, I would, except it's everywhere. So yeah,
stay out of the fire. Oh, okay. The floor is literally lava. What now?
I'm gonna go stand in the lava over there because it hurts less than the fire here.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, so we've been working on that, and you got your 4-piece. Sasori got her 4-piece. Medi got her 4-piece. So I think the only person that still needs their 4-piece on their main tune is Amy Jade.
Yeah.
So everyone else will have their 4-piece, which has made a huge difference in DPS and staying aliveness.
It's so fun. It really is so fun to have a 4-piece.
It is. Although the tanking one's just really weak. It's not weak, it's just weird. It's like while your last stand is active, your shield barrier is twice as effective. Okay, so for 20 seconds out of every 2 minutes, I'm kind of more resilient. Okay. Yeah, no, it's just weird. But we're having fun with that. And we also went in and got Jocelyn the last two pieces she needed out of High Mall. So now she's collecting the stuff out of Blackrock Foundry, so we may go poke our head in there depending on how things go tonight. But I've been spending the majority of I actually logged in and did all my garrisons for the first time in like 3 weeks. Because
we're sorry.
Yeah, we're sorry. I can't play Garrison Craft anymore. It just I'm done with it.
Yeah, it's getting kind of hard to stomach. honestly.
Yeah. So I switched over to Star Wars, The Old Republic, and I have been leveling up different tunes for that just because I enjoy the storyline. And listening to Ben and John and Kef on Azeroth Roundtable this morning, John touched on something else that really kind of cemented why I'm having so much fun in Star Wars. And that is when you get to, in WoW, when you complete a quest, it's like you go from A to B to C and you complete the quest or you don't. It's binary. You either do it and, everything's on rails as far as the quest is concerned. Whereas with Star Wars, you get choices along the way with not only how you react to the people requesting your help, but then usually at the end of it, especially on the bigger ones, you can make the decision, does this person live? Does this person die? Am I going to make the good choice? Am I going to make the bad choice? Whatever fits your character. And it has implications down the road.
Doors open and close based upon what you do.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing I always like is if about an hour after you complete a major quest line, you'll get the little ding and the piece of mail will show up. And there was this one where I was on not Belsavis, that's the prison planet. I was on the big factory one.
Okay.
Not Corelli. But there's another one, and I've been on so many of them lately. It's a blur. Mm-hmm. But basically, you get to the end, and you run into the scientist who joined the Republic, and you're like, yeah, no, you're gonna come back or no, he joined the Empire, and you're like, no, yeah, you're gonna come back and make robots for the Republic. And he's like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you are. You get into a fight and beat him down. And you're like, okay, great. You're going with them. You're going to make robots for the Republic. And about an hour later, you get this. It's not even passive aggressive. You just get this aggressive email that says, I've worked my whole life to do the best work I can. And now you're forcing me to make robots for this cause I don't believe in. You've ruined my life. I hope you're happy. And it's like, good Lord, he turned into a teenager. Grown scientist, he turned into a petty teenager yelling over my life decisions. I'm like, dude, your poor life decisions, not mine.
Yeah, you put yourself in a position where this was a possibility.
Yeah.
That's not your problem.
No, and that's the cool thing because especially playing my bounty hunter. They give you the bounty, go get this person, and typically at the end you're like, okay, they can die or they can live, and you get to freeze them in carbonite. And it's like every time I freeze them in carbonite, you come back to the ship and there's one member of the ship that's like, why didn't you just kill him? It would have been easier. I'm like, because you give the reasons, and it's fun to go into the reasons, and they just look at you like, yeah, that's not the decision I would have made. And I'm like, right, that's why it's my ship, my decision.
Yeah. That's why I'm in charge and deal with it.
Yeah. But so far, I've done I think I've completed 5 of the storylines. I'm on the last planet for my bounty hunter. I have to do Corellia on my bounty hunter, which I'm not looking forward to because Corellia is it's all little tiny pockets of. There's troops everywhere, and you get to do this little area right here. Mm-hmm. And then once you finish that, you have to take a rocket tram over to this little area right here where there's troops everywhere. And I realize the whole planet's at war. That's the whole point. But it's like some days you can't move 5 feet, and it's like, oh, look, there's enemy troops. I played it on my agent who has stealth, and it's like, this is great. I can just cruise through. Oh, there's the objective way over there. Okay, just stealth through, get the objective, knock that guy out, come back.
Yeah, it's like being a rogue or a kitty cat in WoW.
Exactly.
I was playing recently, and I realized that I had a race unlock that I didn't realize, so I rolled a whole new character. I have
Which race? Do you remember?
Yes, it's the one we called the Ice Cream Worm. And it's not a Twilight.
Yeah, it's the one with the really big, yeah.
Yeah, she's got this one. My kids looked at her and went, wow, so she's just like an ice cream worm? And I went, okay, Cool.
Yeah.
I can deal with that. I don't know the real name, but I had a blast playing on my ice cream where she's a Jedi, and it's so great. She's one of the background people. You know, you see them in the Star Wars universe, always in the background, and they're really cool looking. And I have a Twi'lek because I used to own the game and so yeah, I got to keep her as legacy. And she's really awesome, powerful Sith Lord, and then I have this jelly worm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is the best counterpoint to Twi'lek I've ever seen.
Oh yeah. And that's what I love about the Star Wars universe. Okay, 2 seconds.
No problem.
I just got it.
Save this.
And we're back like nothing happened.
All right.
No, that's the thing I really love about the Star Wars universe is not only, at least in the game, not only does your race matter, but the sex of your character matters. So I intentionally made a character that I knew was gonna have a rough time in the Empire because it was an alien. I made a female Chiss agent. So she's alien and she's female, and she's working in Imperial intelligence. And so not only is Imperial intelligence doesn't like her, but she keeps telling the Dark Sith to go jump in a lake. She's told the Dark Council off like several times, which is fun, except when they just go die. You know, your character comes back like, okay, that wasn't the best decision. However, but you know, it's like, because if you're in WoW, and I'm not picking on WoW, it's the same thing in other games, but it's like if you pick an orc, there's really not a you're an orc. The only place it really matters is if you do like a Blood Elf Paladin, you get that, or you used to get that Blood Knight quest.
Yeah, which was really great.
Right, or if you do a Tauren Paladin, you get the Sunwalker part in Pandaria. But there's not a lot of, it matters that I picked male or female. It matters that I picked this race or that race.
Because you don't go anywhere mistrusted just based on your race. You go, if you're mistrusted for any reason, it'd be simply because you're an outsider. Not even a horde or alliance so much as outsider coming to town. And that's a part of the story. I mean, even Skyrim explored that a lot. If you were the Dovahkiin and you were not a Nord, well then. And if you were not a male Nord, well then. You had to deal with all the comments.
But it adds flavor to it where you don't feel like I'm just generic, you know, because if you pick a human male agent, you won't see any of this. It's just you're completely whitewashed in the story. But if you go out of your way to pick things that you know based on how the Star Wars universe is set up and based on the sexism and the racism literally in the game based on the universe, it makes that story more interesting because you can fight back against it. In fact, there's a couple points where they're like, yeah, this is the highest we've ever had a non-human get to in intelligence or, you know, or that sort of thing. You're the most decorated agent that's not, you know, not human, you know, and it's kind of like, yeah, I showed you, you know.
Exactly. And everybody's like, oh, well, wow, so gender equality. And even Sybil mentions true gender neutrality in Warcraft. And it's really good, but is it real? And I mean, yeah, you could put it in just for the sake of, but when it's handled well, like in Skyrim or in Star Wars and stuff, it really makes the world seem bigger. Like there's more going on than you could ever fully get into. Like, yeah, you're the first female Twi'lek to ever, I don't know, not dance, so good for you. Right. But seeing people get blown away, like when I go places that are weird as a Ludra, I want people to go, what the heck? That's a panda. Okay, this is Burning Crusade, and that is a panda. How are you even? Oh, can I poke you? Is that a spell? I mean, I want to see that. Yeah, I kind of get old, but at the same time, it wouldn't, because it'd be like people in the Burning Crusade going, whoa, wait. Is that a demon? because that's a panda.
Right.
Or that's a worgen. That guy just turned into, whoa, wait, we got to stop everything and look at the guy who turned into a wolf, because that doesn't happen. Are you a druid? No, because druids don't do that. You're not a shaman. What the heck? And go poking the puppy, you know? I mean,
yeah. Well, I think the only place you really get that is when you first walk into Stormwind or Orgrimmar as a Death Knight. Before you know, that first time you're going to go meet with the leader at that time, you feel that, like, I'm an outsider. I don't belong here. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to get accepted. And, you know, at least for me, I RP walked that whole walk into Orgrimmar like, yeah, go ahead. You're going to respect me later, but go ahead, get it out of your system. You know, and I RP walked the whole way into...
You just went Robo. Sorry. No, but I get the RP walk. I get doing it, man. I did something similar too, because it's just it's more fun, you know. Yell back at them. Hey, you don't know my life.
Exactly.
I didn't choose the DK life. Half life.
Yeah, it chose me. Yeah. So, but you're right. So I wish there was more of that. I wish there was more of that, because there is such a rich story. Like, it's always bugged me that you can be a human warlock and walk down the street with a little imp or a void walker next to you, and no one says thing one.
Scream. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. You guys are, you know, constantly burning Legion, you know, Orc the Horde with fell magic, and you're like, you're okay with that guy walking down with a demon. Not that I don't want, you know, it's not that I don't want the Alliance to have warlocks, but there should be a little bit of
flavor there. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, exactly. Like undead priests. I mean, come on, a healer in the Undercity, they're going to catch some flack for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you're not a shadow priest, why are you using the light? That hurts. Like, everyone around here, what are you doing?
Or the rareness of a female night elf druid. They should be like, whoa, wait, what? Or a male night elf warrior, what? And then there should have been a riot when the mages came. I'm just sorry.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that was the thing when they unlocked, you're right, they unlocked night elf mages, and it was just like, meh. Like, there should have been
mages. There should have been protests in the streets.
Yeah.
The people should have been, because some of these people remember the Sundering. They remember the mages and what they did. So, yeah, I mean, there's so many little opportunities that other games do take advantage of, but not Warcraft. And that's kind of disappointing. And it, you know, but everybody's in their garrison anyway, right? So,
at least for now. Like I said, I'm hoping some of this will change in Legion, or at least they'll start looking at changes like this for Legion. Or whatever the expansion beyond Legion is, because I think as good as their quest lines and storytelling is, it just could be that much better.
Yeah, you don't seem to really exist outside the storyline much in Warcraft.
No.
And
exactly.
I love Warcraft, but I mean, we're more than just that.
I like what Sybil said. She said, we have to give WoW credit. They did do gender-specific dances. Like the New York dance. So yeah, props.
But then we gotta deal with dance disparity. I mean, look at undead male versus female.
True, I like to call female panda.
Oh gosh,
you know, you gotta do the female panda. Yeah. So yeah, exactly.
It is the perfect dance for it. It honestly is. I like to call the undead female dance it's 4 a.m. and we've done all the other dances, we're done dance, because she's just like,
yes.
She doesn't even throw out a kick or anything.
No. And then you have the troll. It's like, okay, clear the dance floor and the DJ booth, because that troll's going to kick somebody in the head.
Yeah, trolls are bigger than you think. You know, they spend all their time hunched over. So then when they go wild and start dancing, it's like, whoa, we need to clear Stormwind for this, because
exactly. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. I've been spending a lot of time in Star Wars, just for the storylines, and we've got a good active community in AIE over there.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant.
Yep. So we've been having fun, and then I have been poking at Stardew Valley a little bit, and then my daughter and I both got. She got Pokemon Alpha Ruby, and Alpha Omega. I came into Alpha Sapphire, and I got Omega Ruby. So we've been trading Pokemon back and forth and playing that, and having fun outside game.
Yeah, Pokemon Red was my first Pokemon.
Cool. And she just got Pokemon X, and I'm supposed to go get Pokemon Y because she wants one of the legendaries from that. So it's like, okay, we'll trade just to hang on. The one thing I do like that they did was the Pokemon Bank now, so you can trade easily between the games.
Yeah.
So she can just put all her things up in the cloud. Like, well, that was one good thing that they learned to do. So
yeah, that's brilliant.
All right. Well,
really I think we filled enough time.
I think we have discussed what we've been doing in game. Let's go ahead and break into the AIE news.
AIE News.
All right. And in community news, the Phoenix Group is getting together on April 23rd to raid Chino Banditos and meet with some folks traveling through Phoenix. Please come join us if you are in town. That is posted on meetup.com, which we'll get to in just a minute. And the Warcraft movie meetups are starting to be planned. Lantheris has started one for June 10th in Pasadena. Fairly certain you're going to attend that, or at least
I'll make a try.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Please don't forget to check the forums, the community section, and under meetup.com, if you go to alia-iacta-est, there are community meetups. In fact, they just posted another one for Tennessee that's coming up, and I think there's one other one as well. So just keep an eye on meetup.com. And again, that's alia-iacta-est. If you would like to help us keep the web hosting costs and the guild costs down, we have a donation page up on payit2.com. There'll be a link in the show notes. Basically, it helps defray the cost of the web hosting for hosting, like, for instance, this podcast, the great news stories that are posted up, and that stuff. Every little bit helps.
The forums, everything. Lots of our stuff costs money, so help out, even if it's 25 cents. That's 25 cents that's not coming from officer pockets. Okay,
Exactly.
So World of Warcraft news. BlizzCon! Dates have been announced November 4th and 5th at the Anaheim Convention Center. Woo! It's not on Minions 2's birthday. Tickets go on sale April 20th. So, yay, guys. We know tickets are crazy. We know we all want them, so keep the 20th marked. Then they go on sale again.
I think the 23rd?
Yeah, something like the 23rd.
I think it's the 23rd.
My bad.
Yeah.
I didn't update it, but yeah, they go the 20th and the 23rd. This website isn't telling me, so thank you, Blizzard, for that. AIE Guild Hall plans are in the planning stage. If you want to help out, be sure to let us know on the forums. You can email officers at aie-guild.org. You can donate to it directly. We already talked about that. And if you are going, please make sure you get a room soon, because the Marriott and Hilton are booked up, and those rooms that aren't are like $500 a night, which is insane because there's 2 conventions going on that weekend.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Crazy time.
Yeah. So get there. It's a convention town. It really is a vacation place. So prices do tend to flex like that. It's really unfair.
And also keep checking back. If you have a reservation, keep checking back for hotels closer in that you know, what you may find is people get 2 rooms because they're looking for a roommate. And when they get the roommate, they release 1 room. So just keep checking back. Rooms do open up.
Yes, they do. All right. So moving on to EVE Online. Has the new Galactic Civil War piqued your interest in EVE? I just want to read the news and follow along. Take a look at the latest information posted by Lantheris on the news feed of the guild page. You know it's Lantheris if it's EVE. Ting. Sorry, I just had to.
That's okay.
You know what? That game, it would be interesting to me. I swear, it's just something won't click.
Hey, and that happens. That's why
Yeah.
that's why we're in so many different games, like Star Wars. Chapter 12, Visions in the Dark, released April 7th, and continues the story with Emperor Valkorion. Also they added new mission for a new follower on the Alliance side, new PvP challenges with a new proving ground and a new 4x4 arena, and of course 4v4 arena, and of course a new cartel market pack because they want your money. What game company doesn't? The new Alliance mission, Rumors of a Sith. Rumors of a Sith artifact lead you to Yavin, where you discover an ancient Dashad warrior, Akgul Usar, who you can recruit as your companion. Free him from captivity. He seeks vengeance against the captors who've eliminated his species. I actually did this on my Republic trooper, and I didn't let him go. I didn't want a companion that badly because when you read through the dialogue and you do the story, you're like, yeah, letting him go would be a very bad idea, at least on the Republic side. So, yeah, no, you stay in your little containment area.
Okay, so if he's a Dashad warrior, isn't his name something like Akgul and all growly and crazy?
Exactly. And new PvP challenges. Prepare for a fight against the Eternal Empire with the newest 8v8 Odessan Proving Grounds, or fight to the death in the new 4v4 Rishi Cove Arena.
Ooh,
and there is
a Cove Arena.
Yeah, Max actually talked about that, I think 2 or 3 podcasts ago on the Escape podcast, and it's fun. It's similar to there's a bunch of different objectives where you like pick up an object and then you have to go activate it somewhere, and then that allows you to pick up another object that you can go then carry somewhere else, and so there's stuff to do. It's kind of like that one battleground that came into effect during Pandaria, where you had the four orbs and you had to carry them to the center, and the longer you held on to them, the more points you got. It's very similar to that. There is also a new Visionary Cartel Market Pack. Inspired by the latest chapter, the new Visionary Cartel Pack offers players the opportunity to get unique Jedi-inspired items, including Grandmaster Satil Shan's gear, which is awesome, new Acklay creature mount, and more. And speaking of the Escape podcast, the latest episode 138 is up on the feed. It covers Chapter 12, and they save the spoilers to the very end of the show, clearly called out.
Nice.
If you're looking, yep, it's awesome.
They're
AIE,
so great.
Seema and Max do an awesome job on that podcast, especially if you just want to follow along with the storyline. Listen to the podcast, even if you're not playing. They'll keep you up to date with what's going on.
Their podcast is more responsible for pulling me back into that game numerous times than anything else in this or any known universe. So good for them.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, if you are playing and you're looking to create legacy gear, for those that don't know what the term legacy means, it's bind to account. So it's very similar to the BOA gear in World of Warcraft. It's gear that can be used by multiple characters. So even when you equip the gear, it's still bound to your account. So you can go in and customize the gear depending on, oh, I need this for my DPS. Oh, now I need it for my healer. You can swap out the augments and other stuff in it and share it between characters, so you're not constantly having to store 2 sets of gear. You can store it in your legacy bank, and that way you're not mailing it to each other. You just go in, grab it out of the bank, put your stuff in, and you're good to go. But there's a post by JJ18 on the forums on how to create a set of legacy gear for each role you're looking to do.
Nice. So personalized, and I'm assuming looks like the role as
and
well.
I split this. Yep. And I split the Star Trek stuff in half. So once you take the first 4.
So, Star Trek Online, Captain Sybil in our chat room, thank you, Sybil, has sent us the Star Trek Online news for the week ending in 4/17/2016. Woo! Okay, so Season 11.5 has dropped in Star Trek Online players on Tuesday, April 12th with a blaze of glory. Like, it's literally stamped. Right? No, I'm kidding. So there's been a skill tree revamp, Romulan Admiralty missions, a new strategist space specialization. All of this were added per prior announcements. They are live. Go do the things. Become a Romulan Admiral. That sounds really epic. Like,
yeah, it does.
Really cool. All right, so, however, a number of unexplained surprises were added, which just blew everybody away. There's free giveaways of starships, Admiralty ship cards, specialization points, a not cool, I am totally mangling that, I'm sorry, my friends, lockbox loot drops with chance of an awesome not cool time ship or improved crafting material packages, new uniforms, and other gears that they threw in there just for the fun of throwing them in there. One significant surprise was the addition of the long-requested feature from captains who wanted greater control over the appearance of their ship, Starship Visual Slots. Now STO players have transmog options for their starships. Can we spray paint them pink? Because that
I just want to know if you
amazing.
could put like, can you put like flames on the Enterprise? So you just have
decals
flames on
and
the
all
warp
that.
nacelles. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yes, flame decals or a big Pinkie Pie ship, because I may or may not have done that in EVE Online. Now, cool red alerts were added to the game based on PvE queues rather than the free-for-all model of the existing board. Klingon. Tholian? Tholian. Wow, sorry guys again. Etc. Red alerts, they're huge, fun improvement with more rewards than the older red alerts. So everybody's thrilled. Go check them out, see if you like them, give them feedback, and enjoy yourself in the game with the stickers.
Yep. And the new featured episode, Temporal Front, is an action-packed time travel search and destroy effort to eliminate not cool time agents from changing the time stream. Wow, this sounds like...
Stay stable!
This sounds like Cataclysm. No,
Is there a big dragon? Because a big dragon in space destroying worlds.
I know.
Okay.
That would be
I'm
awesome.
Pay to see that.
Their evil goal is to eliminate the Federation and its allies from existence. Several short stories were released prior to the mission to supply backstory and to prepare players for this epic task. Lastly, a number of user interface elements and player quality of life improvements, too numerous to mention, were released as well. For a complete list of these, as well as the entire Season 11.5 scenario listings, please visit the Star Trek Online website at StarTrekOnline.com. For the status of the AIE Classes Fleet Starbase, fleet mates are encouraged to check in the fleet holding tabs in the in-game menu. Contributions of material and personnel are always requested to assist in building up the base and fleet holdings to their full potential. Further news, patch release notes, forums, commentary are all available at Star Trek Online. Players are encouraged to check in regularly. And big shout out to Captain Sybil for giving us the update each podcast. We really appreciate it.
We really, really do, Sybil. You're so awesome. All right. So now we spoke about this earlier, and you know I like the teeth clicky black ghost of dust bunnies, but Black Desert Online has a AIE presence, but the guild cap is sadly 40 characters. 40. That's not 40,000, which AIE would find acceptable, but a mere 40.
Right.
If you'd like to join up and hang out with AIE folks, check on the forum post for more information. Everybody's super excited, though, because, like I said, you get to jump around like a lunatic on caramels and stabby stuff. It's pretty cool, okay? The combat system alone is worth checking out. It takes some getting used to, but man, is that fun. All right, so also up for the Nomads is The Division. Are you playing The Division and want to hang out with AIE folks exploring the Dark Zone, which sounds like you're going to need some lanterns and stuff? Take a look on the forum thread for more information. See how many lanterns you need, candles, flashlights. No, I'm kidding. But go check it out. It'll be fun. There's also a D&D local meetup if you're in Madison, Wisconsin. Arcleon. I'm sorry, people. You just have to accept me as I am. Arcleon is looking to put together an all-day D&D playthrough of the new release and updated Curse of the Strahd adventure. This sounds amazing. You're too far away. Unfair. Aludra is calling. Shenanigans. But seriously, there's a forum topic. Go check it out and maybe convince him to bring a laptop and set it up so I can play too. Maybe. No, I'm kidding.
Exactly. Yeah, no, he actually mentions in the post that they were talking about doing roll D20 or style, but he doesn't have that stuff set up yet, so he's looking for a local one first.
Yep, totally. Don't blame him. Good for you, man. Good for all of you AIE people putting themselves out there, doing the meetups and all that great stuff. You guys are awesome. You're what makes AIE great.
You are the community that makes this guild and this community great. So, all right. I think, unless you had anything else that you needed to cover or thought of.
Ponies. I have several ponies. I mean, yeah, but I mean, really, we've been talking games. Everybody's like, wow, the Aludra and Tetsemi show is pretty great. And I tend to agree.
I have pose.
Oh, look at that. Pose. Nice. He's so cute. But anyway, yeah, I think that's it. That'll do it for the Aludra and Tetsemi show. Which we thought was going to be a short show, except we forgot how much we like to talk. So that's our show for tonight. While the chat room begins suggesting show titles. If you have a question. Go ahead. I know. No, it's cool. Go ahead. No, I was just going to say, usually there's more there because we have to talk to our guests and stuff, but I think we'll just go into the regular outro. So take it away, Aludra. Yeah. Okay, so if you have a question or comment about our show, you can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. You can also follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. I am at Aludra_AIE. Michaela is at Cyberwaif. And Tetsemi is at Ivory Tiger. I always miss the stripes. I never think to look for them. We record live with video every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Thank you, Aludra. You can join the chat room and play along with us on our website at theaiepodcast.com. Our theme was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him at Keys with Soul or visit his website, keyswithsoul.com. Very nice. And now it's time to play the great AIE member segment we received this week from Hunts the Wind, the overly dramatic news. And if you haven't been following Hunts, you've got to listen to the past few overly dramatic news. He is nailing it. In 2 weeks, we not get any from you? Because I thought we did. We did not get an Altitis this week that I'm aware of. If we did, it was like, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. I can go find his latest one, put that in there as well. Yeah, I would too. Okay. In 2 weeks, we'll be talking to someone about some game. No, seriously, we just had not planned a guest that far out, but we will be back in 2 weeks. We're not going to let this go on, 3, 4, 5 week hiatus again. Nope. So until then, AIE, this is Tetsemi. This is Aludra. And this has been the AIE Podcast. Yay! We did it. Yeah, we need to really, even if we can't find a guest, we need to do more shows like this. Well, and that's the thing. I think, and that's why I told McCall, I said, I don't care if I have to get on and talk to myself for an hour. We just need to get something up on the feed. So we really do. We really do. Okay, so we've actually got some suggestions here. They're pretty great. Short show, long talk. Icon has teeth, or gender dancing makes the MMO. I like it. Two gender, yeah. I like them all. What I will do is I will surprise everyone. I'll grab one from the show notes and post it up when I post it up. I'm probably going to edit it after raid tonight and post it up tomorrow morning. So sounds great to me. All right. Bye, chat room. Bye, chat room. Thank you.